Well, with that, we should talk about some awards. Really quick. Nothing too big. Not going to do anything too blown out here. What do we call this segment, Andy?
This is our 2026 Oscar predictions. So we're going to be taking a look at just the very big categories, maybe touching on some of the few. The Oscars are this Sunday, March 15th at, I think, 7:30 Central. Hosted again by Conan O'Brien, who did a great job last time. A difficult job. No one wants this gig because it is hard. It is hard to be funny. It's hard to make small, light digs at celebrities without being too mean.
Yeah, without getting punched on stage.
Yeah.
Sorry, slapped. So, you got slapped on stage. That's right. Excuse me.
So it's a job no one wants. It's a long show. It usually runs 3.5 to 4 hours. So, but anyways, it is this Sunday, and let's take a look at Best Picture. So the nominees are Begonia, F1, Frankenstein, Hamnet, Marty Supreme, One Battle After Another, The Secret Agent, Sentimental Value, Sinners, and Train Dreams. The big money is the whole night is going to be a battle between One Battle After Another and Sinners, and it seemed for the longest time that One Battle After Another kind of had it in the bag with Best Picture and Best Director. But there's been a lot of momentum Sinners way as well. So I'm really not sure who's going to take which award. It's really kind of up in the air with those two.
Yeah, like personal pick, One Battle, but man, like just Variety today. Variety put out their picks for Oscars, and it's like Sinners is sweeping. Like it just seems like Sinners got a lot of love at the BAFTAs. I think it got some love at the Actor Awards. Like, kind of looks like, 16 noms, more noms than anything else, right? Like that all points to, hey, seems like this movie's going to be a banger. They're doing a big blowout performance of original song with I Lied to You. I was just reading today. They're going to have Miles Catton and like 15 other historic collabs in the industry working with them. Like, it just seems like Sinners is going to be the love. Out of my picks, out of my two, my favorite film last year was One Battle After Another, and then Sinners close behind it. They're both incredible. They're very different movies. Incredible double feature for 2025, right? Like, God, if you could watch both of them back to back, like huge, incredible movies. I don't know. It's like a coin toss to me at this point. Probably really Sinners, is, yeah. But like, who knows? I don't think anybody else is in the running. Let me be clear. I know there's like 10 noms. 8 of them don't matter. Just these are the two. If anybody else gets it outside of these, I will be stunned. Like, it'd be crazy.
For Best Director, we have Chloe Zhao for Hamnet, Josh Safdie for Marty Supreme, Paul Thomas Anderson for One Battle After Another, Joachim Trier for Sentimental Value, and Ryan Coogler for Sinners. Again, it's between Coogler and Paul Thomas Anderson. This is where I think Paul Thomas Anderson probably will get it, because he probably should have won for There Will Be Blood. I think he's the slight favorite in this, but who knows what come Sunday.
Yeah, like typically Best Picture and Best Director go hand in hand. Usually one follows the other. Like if Coogler wins for Best Director, he's probably winning for Best Picture. If Paul Thomas Anderson wins for Best Director, he's probably winning for Best Picture. Not always. Like there's definitely cases where these have gone separate. I'm a little of the mind that Paul Thomas Anderson might get this simply because it's probably his most accessible movie as of late. Not many of his films are set in modern day. This one is, right? It feels particularly contemporary. He's been at this for a long time. He's never got it. Meanwhile, Coogler's got a bit of runway, right? Like he's clearly going to be making more films. He's a very successful director. And often the Academy Awards are a bit historic, right? Well, you've been in the industry a long time, kid, so we'll give you this one. Come back next time, youngster, right? You can, I'm reminded of, Jamie Lee Curtis winning for Best Supporting for Everything Everywhere over Stephanie Hsu. Yeah. That was a big surprise. And it was like, well, it's kind of a historic thing. So yeah, out of those two, like, I'm going to guess Paul Thomas Anderson, but I don't know if that means One Battle's winning Best Picture. I'm talking way too much about these. I said I was going to be fast. Yeah. I should move through them. Best Actor. I'm sorry. Right. Let me cue you up. Well, yeah. All right. Yes. Best Actor nominees. Yeah. Go ahead.
So I just want to talk about Marty Supreme has kind of lost all its momentum. And I think this is just somehow that's how films go, because, One Battle and Sinners were both like cultural impacts. Like everyone was talking about those movies for months, and they've continued to be in the conversation for, Sinners almost a year, One Battle for 6 months. Marty Supreme kind of came and went. There was a lot of hype behind it, and then it came out and people liked it, but it hasn't really stayed in the conversation. It's really kind of taken a back seat, as has, like I said, Josh Safdie. Best actor in a leading role, Timothée Chalamet for Marty Supreme, Leonardo DiCaprio for One Battle After Another, Ethan Hawke for Blue Moon, which was a surprise, incredible performance, which we reviewed on the show. Michael B. Jordan for Sinners, and Wagner Moura, who we're going to be talking about here soon, for The Secret Agent. The big money, I think, is still on Timothée Chalamet for Marty Supreme, but Michael B. Jordan could pull this out. Like I said, it could be a Sinner's night.
Yeah, Marty Supreme, not Michael B. Jordan. Timothée Chalamet has taken a historic run at this because he's the youngest actor to earn 3 acting nominations since Marlon Brando. So that's kind of exciting. I think he's also got a nom in producing for Marty Supreme as well. But even still, like, I think he's probably the most like click-worthy winner, right? Like, he will get a lot of attention if he were to win. That would be exciting. But like, man, you really can't sleep on Hawk and Blue Moon as Lorenz Hart. We just covered that a couple weeks ago on the pod. He is truly incredible in that movie. Meanwhile, like, I love what DiCaprio is doing as Bob Ferguson, One Battle After Another, this revolutionary, almost like the Dude, Big Lebowski kind of thing. But then Michael B. Jordan is like crushing it as twins in Sinners, like, we're notably different and interesting. Like, if there's an odd man out here, it's Wagner Moura for The Secret Agent, which we're covering here in just a minute. Loved his performance, but like, he's standing up against titans here. Honor to be nominated kind of category. I don't know who wins this.
Yeah, that's not a toss up, but we don't know. It's not as solid as Best Leading Actress, which Zach is going to tell us about.
Yeah, Jessie Buckley for Hamnet, Rose Byrne for If I Had Legs, I'd Kick You, Kate Hudson for Song Sung Blue, Renee Reinsve for Sentimental Value, and Emma Stone for Begonia. I can't believe Begonia snuck in here, but I love Emma Stone to death. I don't know if she's going to win it. Still honorable. I think the favorite's Jessie Buckley for Hamnet. Andy, who do you think's taking it?
Yeah, I think this is Jessie Buckley all the way, even with The Bride not doing very well. Voting ended last week. She's been the front runner from the beginning. I think she's going to take it. Rose Byrne all these performances are great, minus Kate Hudson, who totally snuck in here with her campaign.
It could still be a great performance. You just haven't seen it. You don't I don't know.
That's true. Renata Reinsve, incredible in Sentimental Value. Emma Stone, she's kind of like the next Meryl Streep. She gets nominated every year, but it's probably Jessie Buckley's Oscar to not to lose. It's going to be her. Best supporting actor. Sorry, go ahead, Zach.
Well, no, I was going to ask if you want to jump down to animated and international. We've actually seen 3 of the international features, so that's something. But no, we can have best supporting.
Okay, real quickly, best supporting. We're falling apart. Benicio del Toro, One Battle After Another. Jacob Elordi for Frankenstein. Delroy Lindo for Sinners. Sean Penn for One Battle After Another. Stellan Skarsgård for Sentimental Value. This is one where I really don't know. It's been a different person has been the front runner. It won't be Jacob Elordi, but if it's a Sinners night, Delroy Lindo could take it down. But Sean Penn is, as I've heard, is kind of the second place person. So it's still a little bit up in the air. This category could surprise.
Yeah, when I saw the film for the first time, I thought Sean Penn had a lock on Colonel Stephen J. Lockjaw for supporting in One Battle After Another. But it seems like him and Benicio del Toro may be splitting the vote a little bit. Also, coming up on the awards, it seems people are a lot warmer on Benicio del Toro as Sensei Sergio, even though he's only in the film like 14 minutes or something. He's got like the Hannibal Lecter appearance. Jacob Elordi as Frankenstein is really cool, but he's kind of covered in makeup. I don't think the Oscars typically award those. Delroy Lindo's Sinners is very exciting. Probably the most exciting of all of these. It would be huge if he won. And Stellan Skarsgård for Sentimental Value. Come on, we love Stellan Skarsgård. He's great. Let's talk Best Supporting Actress. Elle Fanning for Sentimental Value. Inga Ibstadar-Lilius for Sentimental Value. Amy Madigan for Weapons. Wunmi Musaku for Sinners. And Tiana Taylor for One Battle After Another. We just saw Wunmi Musaku win at the Actor Awards, I think. That's what she won at.
Formerly SAG, yeah.
Yes, which is kind of a breakout. I'm not sure if people expected that. I think it gives her some confidence going into the Oscars this Sunday. What do you think?
Amy Madigan has also been a front runner. She won she won the Golden Globe and a couple of other big awards. She's, I think, the front runner. Wunmi Musaku, I think, is a close second.
What do you want? Animated international and then dump out, or do you want to? Where you at?
That sounds good. Best animated features are Arco, which we haven't seen yet, Elio, K-pop Demon Hunters, Little Amelie, and Zootopia 2. I think this is going to K-pop Demon Hunters because it was just such a big cultural phenomenon, more than anything. I would be surprised if Zootopia 2 won. People haven't really talked about that movie, even though it made it over $1 billion. So I think it's probably K-pop.
Yeah, I think it's K-pop for me. Yeah, I know it didn't make as much money as Zootopia 2, but like, come on, like that's one hearts and minds. I think it's K-pop this year. Best international feature. It was just an accident out of France, a secret agent out of Brazil, sentimental value from Norway, Surat out of Spain, and the voice of Hein Rajab out of Tunisia. We've seen 3 of these on the podcast. It was just an accident, sentimental value, and now the secret agent just this week. If you want to see our reviews on those, hit the YouTube channel. Andy, who do you think's taking it?
Man, this is really tough having seen these now. I think The Secret Agent might be the front runner. Again, it's also nominated for Best Picture, the main Best Picture winner. So I think it's probably the front runner. There was a lot of talk of it was just an accident, but that it hasn't had quite the carrying power that it originally had. And Sentimental Value is nominated everywhere, and it could maybe not win anything. It's like permanently third, but it's in like every category. And it has 4 acting nominations. Like, it's crazy. It is a great film, but it seems to just not be charming anyone in the awards sector.
Yeah, it isn't doing anything that makes it leap off the page. You know what I mean? It's a good, safe, smooth like butter sort of movie, right? Big performances, big family, big emotions. But like, there's no insane musical number. There's no big action set piece. There's no big CGI. But like, there's nothing in there that's like really making it pop. Meanwhile, like, It Was Just an Accident comes from a place where like it was filmed effectively illegally. Secret Agent is like a period piece set in like a war-torn Brazil. Like, Surat is like going deep into the desert and rave culture. Like, these other things all do something kind of big, or they say something big, or they take you somewhere you've never been before. Sentimental Value, it's kind of just a family in an old house, you know? And like, it's a great movie. We've talked about it on the podcast. You should totally check it out. But like, I'm with Andy. Like, it just doesn't seem to be getting the sort of buzz you'd hope for. And I think that's part of why.
Yeah, it's like I said, it's going to be really interesting which way this goes. And this is how the award season is. Like, things fluctuate. It's like 1 week, this film is definitely going to win it, and then something could happen and it just falls out of favor. Or Sofia Gascon was supposed to be this big deal nominee last year, and then some Twitter things came up, and she was totally fumbled that Oscar. Like, I think she was probably going to win that. So you never know how this is going to go. We're here right at the finish line. We'll know on Sunday. Next week's show, we'll have all the list of winners to talk about.
Yes, and if you want to keep up with us and those winners and see what's going on, maybe if you don't have a chance to watch the awards this Sunday, best way to do that is just subscribe to Off Script on your favorite podcasting platform or YouTube. You know, follow us on social media, clips, all that stuff. I usually do the plugs at the end of the show. We should move on to The Secret Agent, 98th Academy Awards this Sunday. Andy, you ready for a summary? Any other thoughts on this before we jump into it?
I'm ready.
Please take it away.
The Secret Agent. So this is a movie that we've heard a lot about. Like we said, it's nominated for Best International Feature, Best Picture, Wagner Moura for Best Actor. It's had a lot of buzz. We've been trying to see it in a theater.